Hello friends, it's Claire Daly, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. Today I want to show you how to make this custom gift box. So this is a little Christmas gift box, and if you open it, inside it fits, it's built to fit perfectly a pack of the Guylian, the original seashell chocolates, which are very yummy, and you can buy these little gift boxes, 65-gram ones. They're about $5.50 in Australia in the supermarket. I did see them on special in Big W for $4, but they're super cute and really nice gift for co-workers, neighbours, just when you want to give somebody a little something special at Christmas. So this shuts much easier than it looks. It shuts, of course. Isn't that always the case when you're on video? There we go. So I want to show you the how I put the box together. Now this is one of my weekly Make It With Claire tutorials that I send out for subscribers and customers. So if you are subscribed already, you would have received this, and I referred to the video to show you how to put the box together. But if you are not subscribed and would like to receive videos like this, you can subscribe using the link below. And if you would like to get the dimensions for this video, I've actually included the template and the instructions for this one below. I don't normally do that, but I thought it was a cute little gift box for Christmas. I wanted to do a video on it as well. So it just gives you an example of the sorts of things that I send out. Sometimes I send out cards, sometimes boxes. I'm also into scrapbooking and hope to do a little bit more of that. So they're the sorts of things you can get a project from me each week. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, and I'm happy for other demonstrators to subscribe as well. I won't send you information to buy products or anything, but I'm happy to send you the tutorials. So yep, little gift box. Now I normally do my tutorials in both inches and centimeters, but this one I'm doing just in inches because it just seemed to be a lot easier to do it that way when I was making up the template. So let's get things aside. Now to start with, I'll show you the products that I'll be using. If you can hear a bit of panting in the background, that's my puppy. I brought him in because when I started to do the video the first time, he started barking. So I thought, well, he can be in and roaming around. He likes that. So it's part of the Joy of Christmas suite, and I'm only using the dies. So I'm actually using the Joy of Noel dies for the letters, and then I'm actually using this one here, which is from the Christmas Classics dies. I actually really love that square. I call it the foliage square in my tutorial, and you'll see that I've used that one a lot in my cards and things as well. So they're the products that we're using from the Joy of Christmas suite in the holiday catalogue. Now if you don't have catalogues and you're in Australia, don't have a demonstrator, pop your details, contact me, details are below. Just get in touch and I'm happy to send you out the catalogues. And he's just stolen something, rat bag. My puppy's just stolen a piece of paper out of my bin. He loves doing that, and then he'll go and rip it up all over my floor. Luckily the vacuum cleaner's out. Okay, let's have a look here. So to start with, pop that back into place. So to start with, we are going to start with a piece of cardstock which is 6.5 inches wide and 11 3/4 inches long, but I'm using a piece of A4 cardstock, and if you measure that you will find it is just slightly, like about 1/32, 1/30, just slightly short of 1 3/4. You can see that tiny bit there. So that's okay to use because the bit that's a little bit smaller will be the bit that tucks into the front of the gift box. So this bit here, so it doesn't matter that one is a little bit smaller. In fact, it's probably quite good that it's a little bit smaller. So that's fine. So if you want to start with a piece of A4 cardstock, that's fine as well. Now, when I'm using, rather than my scoring blade on my trimmer, I like to use my bone folder. So first of all, we're going to score both sides at 1 1/4 inches. So 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. You could use the scoreboard for this as well, or you could use the scoring blade, which comes in the paper trimmer. I just like to do it that. You know how we all get into our own ways we like to do things. Okay, now scoring long ways. So we'll start the first. These are all written down in the project instructions. So 1 1/4 inches to start with, and then the next one is at 5 1/4. Yes, he's chewing up the piece of paper. 5 1/4, and then at 6 1/2. And then at 10 1/2, which is here. Okay, so as I said, that one will be slightly less than that one, but only a tiny bit. So this will be the front. So I'm going to just, actually we don't even need to do that. I'll just remember that that's the front bit. Okay, so what we need to do now is we want to use our bone folder and just burnish those folds. So this is our front bit, this is our back bit, or this is actually the bottom bit of the front. So this is the bottom bit, this is the top bit of the front. And that one. Okay, then you'll see you've got instructions on the template. You'll see there are instructions. Just let me grab the scissors. Here they are. To cut these ones. This one here. So this is the front, yeah. So we're going to do this one. This one. This one. And this one, and then we're going to do this one and this one. So these are the front pieces, and I'll show you how we can put that together in a minute. And then for the back pieces, we're actually just cutting a little bit on an angle as well, just so that we've got a little bit, it's a little bit easier to tuck these top bits into the box. So we'll cut that one like that. My puppy's running absolutely amok behind me. He's just stole another piece of paper out of my bin. I might just pop that bit up. I say puppy, but he's 2 1/2, but he's still bit like a toddler. He's a white Swiss Shepherd, and gets a bit anxious on days that my husband goes to work in the city. He works 3 days a week in the city. So yeah, he gets a little bit anxious on those days. We also want to do this one here. There we go. Okay, so that's what we look like at the moment. So this bit's going to be the bit that folds over onto the top, and then this is the bottom bit. So now we want to flip that over, and we're going to be using some tear and tape because it's really strong for boxes. And we're just going to put it onto this bit here. And we're going to be onto this bit here. to this bit here. As it says, the tear and tape is like really strong tape, but you can actually just still tear it, which is fantastic because you don't, you can just get exactly how much you need there. So we'll take that off top. A little bit too much there, so we'll just fold that one back there. Okay, so we'll go back onto the reverse side of the box, and we just want to fold this one up like so. Fold this. So you fold the bit with the tape in first, and then bring the side up so that it matches that. And then the same with the bit on the back. There we go. So we've got the little box bit there that fits our gift box in. So we'll just, and you'll note this is empty, yes, because I ate the chocolates. So that fits in perfectly. A little bit of wiggle room there, and I measured the sides to make sure that it obviously fit the height of the box as well. So then the other bits are to just fold these over, and we can actually, yeah, we are actually going to cut this bit off. So I forgot to, there, there. And then these ones just tuck into the box. So our box folds perfectly flat, and it can just be opened by just lifting up like that. So now we want to decorate the top of the box, which I've already die cut everything. So we're starting off, we've got a piece of the pattern paper from the Joy of Christmas paper, and we will pop that on. That is actually this is actually 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. I cut it, I was thinking that's a little bit big, but that's because I cut it 4 inches square. So it's 3 7/8 inch square, and all the measurements are in the instructions, as I mentioned. And then we'll pop that one either glue or Stampin' Seal. I'm going to be using my Stampin' Seal here. Go. And then our next one we've got is the one that we die cut using the Christmas Classics dies. So this die here, which has got a beautiful square, and then you've got that lovely foliage around it. And I want to pop it up a little bit, so I'm going to use some dimensionals on that one. It doesn't really matter which way you go here, but I tend to like, you see that there's like those 2 little leaves. I tend to put those in the top left and the bottom right, but as I said, any way you like. And sort of center that. Now before you put the next layer on, we're actually going to use some of the Simply Elegant trim, and we're going to do a double thread, a double bow of the gold. So nice and festive. So I want some of those bits and pieces left, poking out. I one's a little bit shorter. Okay, so and the best way to adhere these, I find, is using a glue dot. And here they are. So I just pop a couple of glue dots on those. This one, and it's actually going to be covered by the one I put on top anyway. So I'll pop that there in that corner. The next piece, we've got a 2 1/4 inch piece of real red, and then we've got 2 1/8 piece of designer paper. So I'm going to adhere those two together, and this is from the Joy of Christmas paper as well. Beautiful colours, and I love the watercolour effect of the images in this paper pack. Not sure if you can hear my dog snuffling along there. Okay, so the other thing we're going to put on top is the Noel letters. Now I've cut those out of the adhesive glimmer paper. This is one of the online exclusive products, so I'll link to all of the products that I've used today underneath. But this particularly, it's not in one of the catalogues, but it's one of the exclusives, that online exclusives. And what it is actually just your normal glimmer paper, nice and smooth, or not smooth, but it doesn't have, stuff doesn't come off when you're using it. And then on the back of it, you've actually got, you can take off the paper, so it's self-adhesive. So that's really awesome. So we will take those off, if I can get my fingernails happening. It's always the case, isn't it, when you're on video? Nothing ever. There we go. So we'll do the N first. Just be careful when you put the N on, because don't pop it on that way, because the bit with a little bit coming out to the left is where you want to pop it on. So I think about there. Oops, make sure that one's on first. Yep, I think that's pretty good. And then we'll do our O. He's rolling around on his back now, Simba, my puppy. The rat bag. Okay. So our O. And then our E. So the nice gold glimmer paper gives it a real festive feel. Now when I put the L on, I thought, there's a bit of a gap there at the side. So to fill that, I thought I'm going to put a couple of embellishments. So I got my Tinsel Gems 4-pack, and the Pretty Peacock ones are a pretty good match, I thought. So I've grabbed 2 of those, and I have just popped them down the side here, sort of in line, one under the other, just for a little bit of extra embellishment, like that, making sure they're straight, as they are. And then we're going to attach that, bit of hair attached there as well. We're going to attach that with dimensionals, so we'll grab those. I'll put one in the middle for good measure. Okay. Let's stand up and put this so I make sure it goes on straight. Pretty good. So there's our decoration for our box, and then we'll just pop those in like so, because we've got to do the front and the sides. So for the front and the sides, we've got 3 7/8 by 1 1/8 inches. Again, that's all written down in the template and the instructions. So I'll just adhere. Now I haven't got one for the back, I've just got one for the front here. There, and then each of the sides. So this beautiful shaded spruce gingham paper also comes from the Joy of Christmas paper pack. So I love that you've got all of these beautiful coordinating patterns, and you can just use it however you like. Now the other great thing about it, it actually coordinates with 3 different greens. It coordinates with shaded spruce, with actually, and there's some pretty peacock in there as well. So 4 different greens. So the shaded spruce, garden green, old olive, and there's some pretty peacock in some of the sheets as well. So there's heaps of different greens if you're into greens for Christmas in the Joy of Christmas paper pack. There we go. So let me find that paper to show you. So the Joy of Christmas paper pack is here. So you've got your shaded spruce, but also works well with garden green. It also works well with old olive, and in terms of the red, it works really well with cherry cobbler and real red as well. And then you've got some of these specialty papers too in this suite. So it's a really nice suite. There's so many different things you can do with it. I've already done a PDF class on this one, and I'll probably do one on this one as well. We'll see how we go. But yep, there we have it. There's your gift box. So I hope that's something that you like. And as I said, these cute little boxes of chockies between $4 and $5.50 in Australia. Depends where you get them. I've seen them in, I got this one in Coles, but I know they're also in Big W and on special this week for $4. So lovely little gifts just for neighbours or co-workers. Just a little something, but you can make it look super special, which is the power of paper crafting, when you can make your own gift packaging and boxes and things like that. So thanks so much for watching today, and I look forward to chatting to you again soon. Don't forget, if you would like to get a weekly tutorial, to subscribe using the subscribe button below my video, because that way you'll be receiving things like this, instructions to make things like this in the mail each week, which I would love to share that with you. Thanks very much, and I will go and pick up all the bits of paper that my wrap bag puppy has cut up while I've been doing this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.